Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing my first place Tenpai deck from locals. Let's just get straight into it. I played 2 Genroku. I know that sometimes people play 1, but it feels really bad to draw 1 and then need to summon it or add it from deck so that you can summon it. So that feels bad, and I'm also playing Pot of Desires in this list, so I like extra need 2. So 2 Genroku, and then I'm playing obviously the 3 Pydra, the 3 Chundra, and then I'm on 2 Fadra. I know that people are playing it at 1 now, but because of Pot of Desires, I'm still playing 2. The 1 Dora, this card's like cuttable. Like, you don't need to play this, but I always keep it in just because its second effect to gain 1,000 attack just keeps coming up in a lot of my games, and it's like kind of just makes it hard to cut because there's a lot of games where like I'll win because of that effect. Like one time I ran over a Fossil Dyna with that effect, and then another time I was in an open board and the guy had like 700 life points, and I activated this to try and get the kill. It's like it didn't resolve, but like it comes up, so it's like I keep leaving this card in, but you know, maybe one day I will cut it. But for now, 1 Dora. And then I'm in decking the 3 Shifter. I don't like love this card in the deck because you need a really good hand to kill them if they pass on the Shifter, and it's like I just don't love relying on having a good hand. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is a turn skip against some matchups. I secretly think this card kind of belongs in the side deck against decks where it's just a guaranteed turn skip. Like, there's a lot of better decks that are able to just play through this, but I mean, it's really the only like true hand trap I'm playing right now. I'm back on the board breakers because I have a special tech I'm going to show. But yeah, 3 Shifter. And then other hand traps, of course, the Magnamut, which really goes well with the deck because you're playing dragons. And then I'm maining Druid Swarm right now, and the reason I'm maining Druid Swarm is because this card is incredibly good going second in the mirror. You can make it so that their Hieratic Seal's tribute effect can't activate because it's in a different location by banishing it if you open a Bestial. And then if someone's playing the Ubel variant where they're using the Unchained Reborn trap as opposed to the one that pops a card, this card is a lot better in that matchup. And there's just plenty of reasons to play it because one of the best cards in my deck is Called by the Grave. This card is just consistently winning me games and is losing me games when my opponent draws it. This card is like super underrated in the format right now. It's good going first, going second. I mean, this card is just an insane card. So I basically just wanted more copies of cards with similar effects, and it's like sometimes you don't always need a Tenpai monster off of your Magnamut, so I have decided to start main decking the Druid Swarm as well, and I have the Call By. And then 3 Sengen Kaiman, the 1 Summoning, 1 Terraforming, 1 Prosperity, and then I'm playing 2 Desires right now. So at this ratio, it doesn't conflict that much because you're hardly ever going to draw them together. And when you do, let's just say you fire Desires and then it gets ashed and then you never draw any cards, you're still able to resolve Prosperity after that because you still haven't drawn any cards. So it's really not the worst thing in the world to open both, even though it's like mathematically unlikely with this ratio. So 1 Prosperity, 2 Desires. Then I play a bunch of board breakers. I got Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, triple Raigeki, triple Dark Hole, and 3 Forbidden Droplet. I mean, that's all like standard stuff that the deck's been doing forever. You can just Dark Hole and then chain your Droplet, send the Dark Hole and like negate whatever's trying to negate your Dark Hole and really wipe out the board. So, and plus this card's like really, really good against Ubel. So I'm on the board breakers right now, and the main reason is because of this hot tech card, which I don't even think I should be showing you right now, but here I am. 3 Vesper Girsu. This is a common out of Info. And this card is like really insane. I think this card deserves its own video, so I'm probably going to make its own video. But if you read down the card, all the bullets, like your opponent basically has to make a choice to send their own monsters to the graveyard, and then you get bonus effects based on however many monsters they have left. And specifically in Tenpai, it pretty much always benefits you because it's kind of like evenly matched, but you still get to have your battle phase. And if they choose to keep all their board, it's Harpy's Featherstorm, where they can't activate monster effects for the rest of the turn, and that also benefits you. Because you really need your Kaiman to resolve, and one of these effects they'll have to banish their hand if they have 2 monsters left on the board. So it's like pretty much you're gonna at least get the Ash Blossom out, and then it's like the only effect that benefits the opponent is they gain 2,000 life points, but they have to leave only 1 monster on the board. So it's kind of like no matter what they pick, you're either going to evenly match them or Harpy's Featherstorm them, but you always still get to attack. So it always benefits you. And specifically in Tenpai, it's also good if you're made to go first, because if you don't really end on many monsters, like it's usually like Seal's Pass going first, or if you open this, like maybe you might not want to summon anything and just hope that they didn't side in any like lightning storms or anything on you to wipe your back row. So this card's incredibly good going first and second as a quick play spell, specifically in Tenpai, because your going first boards typically aren't doing much. So this card's just really, really good, and I might just make a separate video about this card, because this is very, very spicy tech that I really, really like in the deck. Okay, that's it for the main deck. The extra deck, I'm playing the exact same extra deck that I played when I topped the regional. It's 1 Transcendent, 2 Bident, 1 Qui Belt, 1 Samurai Destroyer, 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, 1 Black Rose, 1 Moonlight Rose, 1 Ruddy Rose, 1 Trident Dragion, 1 Striker Dragon, 1 SP Little Knight, 1 Hermetic Seals, 1 Hida, and 1 Princess. You don't really need the Doolittle Chimera for the D-Barrier. I actually found it quite rare to get D-Barriered at regionals, and even at locals it doesn't happen that often. And when it does, the Hida / Princess, if you're able to get up into them, kind of does the job, so long as you haven't shifted, and you typically are able to find a kill through one of these two without the Doolittle. So that's the extra deck. I do want to experiment with it more. There's definitely some cool going first combos that you can do with this deck. I was previously doing the Necro Valley Crystal Wing Seals through Ancient Fairy Dragon, but there was a tutorial combo from YCS Lil where they expanded upon that combo and used I think it was some of the Black Wing cards and just made some extra interrupts with a similar combo, and I kind of want to test that out. So not really sure how I'm going to do that. I might have to side some of those going first extra deck cards and put them in the side deck, but I really like this extra deck that I had at the regional, and I just didn't change it because I like every card in here. I use all the cards that are in this extra deck, so that's what I'm rolling with still. And then the side deck, I have the 2 Ash Blossom, and I have a Psyframe package. The Psyframe package, let me tilt these up because of the glare. The Psyframe package is pretty much, the idea is in the mirror, if the opponent is going first, you'll have Delta in case they have Heat Wave, and then it's like Gamma's just an outright powerful card. And then Ash Blossom is always good in the mirror, and it's pretty much good against everything, but I'll get into why I'm siding so many hand traps here at the end. But Delta is pretty much specifically for Heat Wave, and then it has overlap into other power spells like Nightmare Throne, because there's even some of the U Bell decks I saw at the YCS that were basically siding their own Heat Wave to kind of like Heat Wave Tenpai back and then come back to the crack back and kill. So this basically stops you from getting Heat Waved. It's the only card that interacts with it. And then I got the Quackimera Drago, of course. And then I have my own heat wave, which I prefer to power filter, and I always have, because the only way to interact with it is delta. And if you watch the Team Samurai U-Bell deck profile from where he won the YCS, they did figure out a way to out power filter. So I've always preferred heat wave, still prefer heat wave, especially now that there's a way to out power filter. So 3 heat wave, 2 cyclone. I'd play 3, but it's all I have room for. Whereas like Ash, I'm fine with playing 2 because it's a once per turn. It's like I don't want to clog up on it. But I only had room for 2 cyclone, and then playing 3 imperm, just as like a generic good going first, add on to the board, and going second, it could either break boards or act as a hand trap, which is very nice. But you'll notice I'm playing a bunch of hand traps in the side, mainly these Ash and Imperm, and then I also have the Delta. And the reason I have so many of these just kind of generic hand traps in the side is because it's rare for me to actually know when my opponent's making me go first or second. So if I just side into a bunch of cards like Ash and Imperm that are pretty much guaranteed to be good at both, I pretty much can't ever get it wrong. Even Cyclone kind of has that, where it's like it's good first and second. So that's kind of the idea with the generic hand traps in the side, is like, even if I guess wrong about what my opponent's going to make me do, I at least am pretty much never wrong based on the cards I'm siding. So that's the idea for the deck. Definitely always going to keep playtesting and updating, but I really like the Vesper Girsu tech a lot. And one of the rounds where I resolved it on a guy and beat him, he got up after the game and went to the counter at the card shop and bought himself a playset. So yeah, that was pretty sick. But yeah, I just wanted to show this off and just show my ideas and what I'm cooking up, because I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to get to a bigger event is. I think the next regional that's close to me is sometime in November, so still just play testing and chilling. But yeah, if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe. I always am going to have more and more videos coming out. I keep myself very busy. Like, I just write video ideas on a notepad and like keep them going. Like, I have like video ideas on a notepad like a mile long. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I'll catch you guys next time.